Man, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy TJ the Realist back at it again with another video. And right now we got Officer Tatum, who's not too happy with Abba and Preach. So with no further ado, let's see what he has to say here.
I have lost all respect for Abba and Preach after this video.
I'm her foundation. I'm her strong point. I cry on my own, but if everything is going south, I want my wife to know I'm strong in that situation. I heard a guy say this, is that when my father passes away, which everybody's parent is going to pass away, I'm not going to cry at his funeral. I don't want to cry at his funeral. I want my father to know that I'm strong enough to stand up and have this conversation. I've compartmentalized what has happened.
You don't get your lick back.
This is a sickness.
For me, you suffer. I think you suffer in silence. That's what I think.
But to take a video from 2 years ago to somehow leverage that to make fun of me for crying, tearing up when Charlie Kirk was murdered is insane to me. If I lost followers or something, somebody gave a bad review on my store and I cried about it, I can see somebody trying to leverage that to make fun of me. That's fine. It's fair game. But for you to be so disgusting, to try to make a point, which my original point wasn't even nothing that they're referring to, but to try to make a point to bash a person who had an emotional response to his friend getting assassinated in front of the world. I wasn't just a follower of Charlie. He was a friend of mine. I just seen him not too long before he got killed. Just did an event. We just talked backstage at an event, which I have done Turning Point events since 2018 every year. I have done events with Charlie. I've done events for Charlie. I've worked with Turning Point and been at their headquarters. I used to work with Turning Point directly, meaning that I used to work for them as the urban engagement director. We went to the White House together. I mean, they just acquired Blexit, which I'm a co-founder of. And you see your friend get murdered on television with blood gushing out his neck, and you know I was at his wedding. I know his wife. I could imagine what that does to his kids. And to try to make fun of somebody for that is the lowest that you can go. I have lost all.
So y'all see what he had to say. Now I'm gonna give my comments on it. I have to agree. That's fucked up. Excuse my language, but I'm not too familiar with Abba and Preach. I've seen a couple of their videos. I don't really care for them. Shout out to them. They're doing their thing. They got a big following. I'm not, I have nothing against that, but their content just don't speak to me that much. You know what I'm saying? So I pass on them. But this situation right here was absolutely disgusting. You know what I mean? Horrible comparison. You know what I mean? If you're going to compare something, make sure it's kind of equal. You know what I mean? You can't compare a video from 2 years ago talking about he's not going to cry at his father's funeral, and then you pull up a video of him crying when one of his good friends was assassinated, and then he went live that day. I remember that. He went live that same day. I think the stream is still up, so the emotions are still running. And as he said, he had a personal relationship with Charlie Kirk. He wasn't just a follower, a fan. Like, they actually did events together. If you were invited to somebody's wedding, you're probably more than a friend. You are a good friend of this person. You're not just an associate, acquaintance. You know what I mean? So that was absolutely disgusting. Like I say, I think our differences is what makes us great. We don't have to agree with each other on everything, but can we at least respect each other? Even if it's from a distance, we could still respect each other. You know what I'm saying? Now, me personally, if you come at me with disrespect, I'm going to come at you twice as hard. So if you say, TJ, fuck you, I'm going to say, fuck you and your mama. But that's just me. You know what I mean? Everybody not like me. I'm going to fight fire with real flames and more fire. But you know, enough. This was disgusting. You know what I mean? This was nasty work, diabolical. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Officer Tatum for having the just the sanity to respond to this shit. Because I feel like if I got my best friend, my brother Bam, right? That's my best friend. If something happens to him and somebody makes fun of me over that, I'm gonna go find them. I'm gonna try to go find them, or like it's gonna be bad. You know what I mean? Like you don't mess with people's emotions like that, especially when they really love somebody as family, as a brother. You know what I'm saying? So I see where he's coming from. Like I say, a lot of people might not agree with Officer Tatum when it comes to a lot of things, but just respect it. You know, respectfully move on from it. If you don't agree with something, respectfully move on from it. You don't need to argue. You don't need to do nothing. Because just like nobody can change how you feel about certain shit, you can't change how that person feel about certain shit. Like me, I stand firm on my beliefs. I stand firm on it, and people get mad at me. They call me names, you know what I'm saying? They try to, bully me out of my opinions. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Just like I stand on what I stand on, I expect you to stand on the shit that you stand on, whether I agree with it or not. And we got to stop trying to change people and change how they feel. You know what I mean? Just respect how they feel and move on from it, whether you agree or not. Fuck it. You know what I mean? What you eat don't make me shit, and what I eat don't make you shit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know what y'all think. Shout out to Officer Tatum. You know what I mean? I'm a subscriber, big fan. Shit, hopefully we collab. Collab one of these days, and he can feature me, and I'm building my channel. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. So we're gonna see how that go. But it's your boy TJ the Realist. Like, subscribe. Thank y'all so much for watching. New video.